slaves did, so they hid during the Civil War, and that was the story.
Like a foxhole?
Yep, like a foxhole. And they covered over, and there were several of them out here.
Oh, man.
Everywhere that you see the...
So you telling me these holes been kept up for years like this?
Say what?
These holes hasn't been filled. Like, you telling me that hole possibly could have been dug during the Civil War?
Yes. You know, there's a lot of debris in it, and we've been pulling out debris. Yeah. But the story that because of the way it was pushed up around it, you know, it was something that somebody had dug out and kind of spread out. And then it's a lot of, I'll say it's been a lot of trees out here that have come down over the years. So a lot of the trees that have come down, of course, they push up, and there may be like a, what do they call, like a root ball that's hanging up. And I've been clearing that up, and I'll share this story with you real quick. Okay. So first, as you walk in, you'll see a lot of these white crosses. Well, these white crosses weren't there before. When I was a kid and would come out here and would help clean up, right here were these two tombs, and that way was as far as we would come clearing out. Yep. Because it was just so much overgrown.
That's what I was telling y'all.
You were just saying that before you walked up.
Yeah, and so when the city came through and they said, hey, somebody got to keep up, blah, 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 blah. So even though we had been, we knew that we had to step up our game. So we did. And we started clearing further. And as we did, we would keep seeing indentions. See, turn around behind me. And see how those indentions, they kind of, that's all that you could see. So we hired a company which did a ground penetrating radar. And with that ground penetrating radar, they were able to identify over 100 graves that were unmarked. So we took it upon ourselves to put down a white stone, paving stone, and a cross that represents the graves, identified that were graves. That being said, the ones that were marked, there's some in the late 1800s, you know, that had markers on them. Yes. All of the ones that you see is where the white crosses were here before that time. So, no telling how old.
Over here, it says a female. Right here.
Yeah, so I was out here. I was the one that was trying to level out because it was hard to run lawnmower and stuff. So I started leveling out. I must have got about this far off the top of that. And I noticed they hit something. I said, what in the world was that? And it was a bowl. So I picked up the bowl and I said, this may have some significance to it. You know, yes. Kind of old clay looking bowl. Yes. I tossed it to the side. Did hit something else. It's like a tore up kind of bowl. And I put it over there.
Artifacts.
And I said, well, what in the world is this bowl over here? Got to playing with it and put it together and was a skull.
Oh, wow.
Man. I said, all right, that's what I said.
Oh,
so when I did that stop, I called the police. The police said, so what is the problem? He said, well, I said, well, I was digging on this mound and I ran across what looks to be a skull. So they came out here and they said, well, let me make sure I understand. You were digging in a graveyard and you found a skull. I said, yeah, when you put it like that, I said, yeah. I said, but you don't understand. This was on top of the ground, like a foot. So we took it to Richmond and they looked it over, but because there were no teeth. Yes. And no joints that you could actually get the forensic right. They couldn't tell how long ago it was, but they could tell that she was approximately 60 years old per that marble headstone that we put down. So we buried her and we had a ceremony, you know, the city came out and we reburied her remains right there. So that was a kind of interesting story, you know. cost to
The area had a city come out.
where the city came out. No, they recognize this as a historical.
Yeah, they
So
take care of
they
that
you know,
Smithsonian.
we paid for, you know, the marble thing and doing everything else we could. So
How big you think the skull was?
it was you know, it's a small skull, but and it wasn't the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you could see, and if you go on the website, there's a picture of it. There's actually one picture of me holding it.
What's the website?
The website is William Tucker 1624 Society.
Okay.
It's all one word,
Okay.
and you look, you know, Google that,
Yes.
and it'll come up. And along with that, there'll be several other stories about this Tucker Cemetery.
Right.
One with cousin Wanda, where my first cousin,
Yes.
USA Today, had been coming out here and interviewing and you know, it's all over Canada. Everybody had been coming out and doing little pieces on it.
Yes.
So USA Today asked my cousin Wanda, and she's a doctor,
Out in Arizona.
right out in Arizona. You know her, and
Yeah.
they asked her, would she mind going to Africa and try to retrace those roots that we had heard about.
Wow. Oh my
So
goodness.
they sent her to Angola,
Uh-huh.
and
But I
don't you
just-
start
Yeah.
don't you start doing that. You get me
I'm
started.
just, no, I'm just excited. I'm floored. Like, I'm
so
just
she was
excited to
there.
be.
So that video is on that site,
Uh-huh.
and some of the things that she's gonna share in that story, your eyes will get wet. I'm
Wow.
just gonna let you know.
Okay.
Even yours gonna get wet too.
You know, I was telling her,
It's great history, you know, when you read it, it's
Yes.
see it.
I was telling her in '75, you know, I'm a Vietnam vet, right? We
Okay.
came down on levee for Angola
Okay.
in '75 because Cuba had sent some missiles over there. Russia was trying to access Africa, right? And we had to go. We came down on levee to go over there to stop them from coming in. And I was telling her Angola is one of the original areas where our ancestors came from
That's right.
in West Africa.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yes.
You know, they were
Kingdom of
loading up.
Judah.
They were loading up slaves, and this is gonna blow your mind, but you heard anything. But they were, you know, they were telling the slaves they were trying to introduce Christianity
Yep.
Yes.
to
Yeah.
the
Yes.
slaves.
Oh,
And
yes.
they told them that, hey, you know, we're gonna take you on this journey,
Mm-hmm.
but before you go on this journey,
You
you
got to-
have to be baptized.
Yes. You have
Yep.
to convert, baptize, all of that.
Once you do
Catholics.
that, then we'll send you to this place, not knowing that they were taking us into slavery.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And we were just walking down, so yeah, this is great. We believe. the
Not
Bible,
knowing.
Christianity, this, that, and the other. Let's do what we need to do. And the whole time they were just taking you out. Isn't that crazy?
Right. Right.
Makes you
Right.
hot. Well, made me like, oh man, you
ever
gotta be
been
kidding.
you ever been to Baltimore, the Blacks and Wax Museum in Baltimore?
You know, I did stop through there years and years ago.
Man,
But,
it's got that original design of that slave ship where they packaged in like sardines.
Right. They got that. And see, I haven't even been out to D.C. to that.
Oh, the Black History Museum.
Right.
The
Black
Smith.
History.
Yes. African American Museum.
African American
I've been twice.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
I kicked myself. I have not been. But
Well,
yeah,
this-
I hope that helped out a little bit. And so I'm going to keep it moving.
Oh,
I
no
got my
problem at
partner
all.
there. We're going to do a little bit of work. And
Would I be able to get
good.
your name
I'm
again?
going to be able to give you all the raking stuff in a minute. And we're gonna all,
Oh, I don't mind.
I know you.
Yeah.
No, my name is Walter Jones.
Mhm.
I'm a direct descendant on the Tucker side of the family to William Tucker,
Mhm.
which is noted as the first African American child
Yes.
born to an English settlement
In the
Virginia.
Okay.
He was born to Anthony and Isabella, who were two of the first 20 slaves that arrived here at Fort Comfort, which
Uh-huh.
is known as Fort Monroe
Fort
today.
Monroe.
Mm.
So, it's believed that he may be buried here.
Mhm.
Wow.
We don't have any proof of that because no one's wants to go and start digging everywhere that we found the grave yet because it's sacred ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
But hopefully,
Yes.
with science and other things, we won't have to do the extensive digging and going through like they do today You know, because I believe that things advance to a point that you should be able to determine, you know, ages of things and who is who at some point. But
That
so
makes
much
sense.
of our history is just gone. You know,
It is.
there's a big block of history where nothing was recorded. You know, so.
Well, I thank you so much for your time.
Okay,
I
well,
mean,
it was nice meeting all of y'all. Good seeing you. I know I see